Hi folks, Outlaw Shaver here, and tonight we have a little bit of a special. So let me go ahead and get started. Ladies and gentlemen, gather round and hear the Legend of Kokak. Kokak, a name which is shrouded in mystery and legend. No one really knows where he came from or where he was born, but legend has it that he was the fastest shave in the West, master of straight razors and wielder of double-edged weapons, and he also carried with him a whole collection of magical soaps that would make even Mr. Williams bend a knee. Yes, like any other gunslinger of their time, he carried a pistol at his side, but this was only a guise. As legend would tell, there once was an encounter with a scruffy, mean-mug gunslinger in a showdown of skills, in which Kokak, in the heat of the moment, before the draw, suddenly dropped his gun belt to the ground, taking the opponent in shock that he had now such an easy mark. Until all became a blur, and a flurry of glinting steel and swishing of air. And at the end of this hurricane of madness, there stands Kokak's opponent with a clean-shaven face. The thwarted gunslinger in his awe then realized he had met his match, and he gave a bow of gratitude to Kokak for sparing his life. For surely, if Kokak could do this with a mere razor, who could face him with a gun and live to tell it? Some say that sometimes, out in the desert on a quiet night, that you can hear the swishing of air and see a flashing of light. And under the stars in the pale moonlight, maybe, just maybe, you will catch a glimpse of him honing his blades. Hope you all enjoyed that. Let me introduce you to Kokak. With scents of yuzu, lavender, pipe tobacco, vetiver, and black tea. This scent is a tribute to Tom Simonis, who currently owns every scent profile from Wild West Shaving Company. Tom is on the Badger and Blade forums, and Kokak is his handle on there. And this little Western gunslinger frog, that is his avatar. But I wanted to do something special for Tom because secretly he has made it his mission to own every scent that I have produced so far. And my hat is off to you, brother. And I thank you, for your dedication on this. And recently I had run across some posts that Tom had made on Badger and Blade, where he keeps a journal of his shaves with various razors and various soaps, and it seems that he's really enjoying the Wild West Shaving Company. So Tom, thank you. This one's for you. Appreciate it. And to let's go on a little further. Tonight I will be shaving not only with Kokak, but with this razor here. And it seems to be a nice little razor. I bought it off of eBay. They said that it was celluloid, but on further investigation, it almost, to me, appears to be actual ivory. I'm not sure, but I think that it is. I did a quick sharpen up hone on it and put it to my leather belt, and I guess we'll see if I can shave with it or not. I may have to abandon it. I think I got it sharp enough, but we'll see. So we'll go ahead and get started. Run a little bit of water here. I'll be using a haircut and shave co brush with the tuxedo knot in it. You can see that emblem there. I like this brush. With a few other people that have, actually how I got turned on to that was Sledhead, Bill Sledzinski. And he was talking about how well he liked it. He owns a couple of them, one also with the barber pole design. So I gave this a shot, and I'm glad I did. It's a good little synthetic brush. Now, there's kind of been a little question as to smoke and mirrors and how much soap I'm using, and maybe just the ambiguity of it, but I wanted to make very clear, you know, what it takes for me to get a lather out of this, or what you're seeing me get a lather out of, is about this much right here. And I'm going to put that in this bowl and smear it around. This is normally my procedure because I do like to bowl leather. Sometimes I will face leather when I feel like it, but this is my normal method of things. And I'll smear that in the bottom. Now, as to how much water I'm using, I dip the brush, let it get full, and give it one shake like that. Any of the rest of it that's still trapped, at least in this type of synthetic knot, I leave it in there. I don't start too dry that way. And it foams up and it bubbles up and all of the like. But eventually I get it what I want for a leather, or lather, I should say. My lazy talk there. Now, some of you may want to start the other way around. You may want to start dry. It's just that I've been using these for a little while, and I kind of know about what kind of water it takes to get what I want. Some people like a drier, more cushiony lather, and in some cases I prefer that as well. Now, let's see, here's what we're at so far. But for a straight razor shave, that's about how much water I like with that amount of soap. And I'm finding that it keeps it from being too drying, or drying too quickly on my face while I'm taking my time, because there is no way that I am near as fast as Kokak. So I have to take aim. All right, well, with that, you see what we got here for lather. I hope this removes any question as to the results that I'm getting. I do have water that is, I would say, reasonably hard here in the Midwest. It's not the hardest, but it still presents a challenge. You know, it takes a little longer to lather things up. I have tried this with, like a distilled bottled water, and I mean, it just explodes. So those of you that have soft water or have water treatment on your systems, then I say you're in for a treat, as far as the way that it lathers up. But this is what I achieve with what I've got and with that amount. Go ahead and get started. Like I say, I want this for a straight razor shave. I'm just a little bit thinner, so that's what I'm doing right now. I have found that it keeps that blade from binding up to me and presenting a challenge. And maybe in the future I'll get better at working with a drier leather, but it still provides enough slickness to do what I'm wanting to do here. And dip my razor. Let's get started. And I don't know if I got it sharp enough. It feels a little tuggy. It is picking up the... It's cutting some hair, but I may need to go back to the hone with this thing. And I think that I need to do some more work on it. So, let's see if I can find another razor here that will do the job. A little better. It appears I have a little bit more to learn about honing razors. And maybe I'm trying to start off with a razor hone or a stone that's just a little bit too smooth. But I may need to get something a little more coarse to change my pitch on the blade from a razor that has been somewhat rounded out on the edge. And I think I could probably wish for this one to be a little sharper too. It's feeling just a tiny bit tuggy. Got that little pimple there. I'll put a little bit of alum on that. And we're going to go for a final pass. By the way, I forgot to tell you what this razor is. It is a hand-forged Genco made in Bradford, Pennsylvania. So, and from what I understand, that this razor was made by the W.R. Case and Son company in Bradford for Genco. All right. Baby butt, no way. It is not. But it's cleaner than it was. And it was a shave. And I didn't kill myself. And I am sure that Kokak could have done a whole lot better. Anyway, thank you all for joining me, and remember to check it out. Kokak. Scents of yuzu, lavender, pipe tobacco, vetiver, and black tea. You all have a good evening.